Hello students, this is Mohammed Salman and I am taking Cambridge Chemistry for my students. The topic I have choose is diffusion and the lesson objective of our today's lesson is how the gases spread in the air, or if we talk about the diffusion of the gases, how gases diffuses in terms of the arrangement and the motion of the particles. And the last, the most important one, why the different gases diffuses at a different rates. So in this lesson we are going to cover these following lesson objectives. So before starting the diffusion, let's recall our memory about the states of the gaseous. So we know that there are three states of matter: a solid, liquid, and gas. So we are going to discuss the diffusion in gases in today's topic. So, before understanding the diffusion, we need to revise the properties of gases. To show you the properties of gases, I have a very interesting simulation for you guys. So, you can see on my screen, say, the gaseous state, how it looks like. So you can see that the gaseous particles are far from each other and they are in continuous motion. If we compare it with the solid state, you can see the particles in the solid are tightly packed and they are just vibrating on this fixed position. So to understand the diffusion, or to understand why the diffusion occur in gases, you need to first understand the properties of gaseous state. In gaseous state, as you can see that these blue particles, which are the molecules of gases, they are in continuous motion and there is no specific direction for that. But these particles are in continuous motion and they are very, very far from each other. Moving on to the definition, what is actually diffusion, or how can we define the diffusion? Diffusion is just simply the movement of the molecules from high concentration, where the particles are in high number or in quantity, to the place where the particles are in lesser quantity, or you can say from high concentration to the low concentration. It's called diffusion, or in simple words you can say the spreading of the gaseous molecules in a medium or in the air is called diffusion. There are several examples of the diffusion from our daily life. I just want to share one. Uh, you know that if I ask you a question, let's say if I spray the room freshener in one corner of the room, how the smell or the fragrance of this air freshener is reaches to the second corner, and it occurs due to diffusion. To show you how the diffusion occur in gases, I have this another amazing simulation. Here you can see I have these blue molecules, which are the gaseous molecules, because their particles are very, very far from each other and their motion is also very fast, or you can say a free motion. If I'm removing this divider, so we have this controls over here. If I'm removing this divider, you can see the particle started to move from high concentration to the lower concentration. If I reset it back, so you can see that in this area we have the particles with a higher concentration, and in the other area there are no particles, or you can say there is a low concentration of the particles. So when diffusion occurs, so diffusion means the movement of the particles from high concentration to the area where the particles are in lesser concentration. I hope this diffusion is clear to you. Here's a challenging question for you guys. Let's say if someone enters in the room with the fresh flowers, why don't you smell it right away? Or why it takes time to smell? On the other hand, let's say if someone uh, is entered in the room with a very rotten vegetables, or maybe with a fish, why you smell it right away? So my question here is why the different gases take different times to reach or to spread. To answer this question, I have another amazing simulation for you. So this question is, why do we smell some things before we smell others? So sense smell is one of our
Smell is one of our five senses.
senses. So when you smell a
As an
rose,
adult, you can sense more than 10,000 different smells.
so you can see
Let's
that.
smell a flower now.
So when you smell a flower, the fragrance of the flower
Flowers
is
emit tiny
spreading
gas
into your lungs,
molecules that spread through
into
the
your
air.
nose.
Some of these molecules enter your nose and tell your brain the flower smells nice. This is why we can smell things from far away.
So here is another simulation for you guys. And to answer this question, you need to first notice the mass of the smell or the molecular mass of the smell. So we have two different scents. One is the scent of the vanilla, and the molecular mass of this smell is 152.15. On the other hand, we have a scent of this fish, and the molecular mass of this fish, scent of this fish, is 59.11. So, what do you think? Which smell will reach faster? Here we have two smells, one with a mass of 152 and the other with a mass of 59. What do you deduce? What do you think? Which smell will reach faster? Let's play this and check which one will reach faster. So we can see the gases are spreading, which is called diffusion. The movement of the molecule from high to low concentration. We need to identify which smell or which molecules will reach faster. So it means the fish. Can you answer that? Why the scent of the fish reaches faster than with vanilla? Yes, the answer is the molecular mass. The higher the mass of the gas, the lower the speed of the diffusion. Perfect. If we want to explain diffusion, because in the CIS exam they ask you explain diffusion in terms of the arrangement of the particles and the motion of the particles, how can we define or how can we explain diffusion in terms of the arrangement and the motion of the particles? We know that the gaseous molecules are in random motion and they are completely free to move in any direction because they lack of in the intermolecular force. So if I take you back to the simulation, so you can see the molecules are spreading in the whole area because there is no force of attraction between the particles and the particles are free to move. So wherever they find a space, they will just spread in that area. Okay. To to check our understanding of this art topic, whether we understand this topic or not, here's a short formative assessment technique for you guys. We are going to have a quiz on quizzes.com, or you can use different types of quizzes, maybe Kahoot or quizzes, to assess the students formatively. And the interface is really amazing for the students and they like it a lot. So it's like a competition. We can play this quiz in groups or even for one-on-one student as well. To sum up my presentation or to sum up my lesson, we are going to end it with the exit ticket. The students will have to write a one-line summary of today's learning, and for this or for the collection of the feedback we can use the Padlet wall. We can share the links with the students and the student can write in one or two three lines of their understanding of the topic. So this is really amazing to recall the memory of the student what they have completed in this whole lesson. I hope this is I hope this will be clear to everyone and you will like this presentation. Thank you very much.